Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I hope that you are having a great day. I am Demetra K of the Demetra K Show, where we promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, Big Giant, thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Also, thank you so much to my moderators, as I love and appreciate you, and probably more so than ever, especially today. I'm going to need y'all to kind of be on guard. Hopefully, this conversation doesn't go too far to the right or to the left, as I want to make sure that we are as respectful as possible. The topic that I'm about to talk about, we are not in a gloating fashion at all. We are not here to celebrate. We are not here to do any of that. We are here to simply have a conversation about Charlie Kirk, and as much as we can, right, about what happened to him. We're going to have and I'm going to just keep reiterating that, a respectful conversation, because I also want to start off with the quote of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan: don't laugh, learn, right? So again, we are not here to laugh. We're just not. Okay. So I just really want to be clear about that. But today we're going to be talking about Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, fatally wounded at the University of Utah. For those of y'all who have been following the news, you learned that Charlie Kirk has passed away. He was shot as he was taking questions on one of his college campus tours. It's something he often did. And I tell y'all, my topic changed like 3 times today. I was going to talk about 2 different things. And then when I got home, I checked the group chat that I'm in, and I saw that he originally had been, shot. And unfortunately, if I've seen the footage, if you haven't seen it, don't go look for it. It's kind of hard to watch. And one thing I hate about the internet and the nature of the internet now is people have no discretion, right? They just put any and everything on the internet. Back in the day, they would never put anything like what happened today on the internet, or at least be blurred out, but it's not blurred out. You got people doing close-ups, and it's just, I don't suggest you go look for it. So I just kind of wanted to start off with that so I can just kind of set the temperature a little bit. So let's give everybody just a moment more to come on, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So let's see who's on here while we wait. It's kind of crazy. Facts Not Feelings, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. It says, glad to see new Black media all over the story. Yes, and I know there's a lot of people out there gloating and celebrate. I'm not. Y'all know that ain't never me, right? And Facts Not Feelings, you one of the triple OGs here. You know that I like to cover things with some class, right? So yeah, African Native, how you doing? Mike, nice. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Laura, what's going on with you? Hope you're doing well. Michelle, what's up? Mad Dog, Carrie, Towns, what's going on? It says NFG. I don't even know what that means. T. Austin, how you doing? Ernest, what's up? Magnetter, glad to see you here. Craig, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I've been up since 4:30, believe it or not. Molly Cakes, how you doing? Yes, very crazy. Casual 42, Mr. South Carolina, Hampton, multifaceted me. How you doing? Lily, what's up with you? Mev, hope you're doing well. He says condolences to his family. Yep, totally agree with you with that one. Let's see. Facts Not Feelings says, I have said it all along. America is finished, and we just don't realize it yet. This is very bad for the direction of the country. I totally agree with you. Totally. Super Patriot, how you doing? Def knows what's going on with you. He says yes on Instagram. It's on Instagram. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. And it's like, yikes. It's crazy, right? And I'm kind of squeamish when it comes to that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. Dwayne, what's going on with you? Said, this is sad. My condolences to Charlie Kirk family. Rip Charlie Kirk. Yeah, it's sad. Anybody loses their life, it's sad. Jupiter, how you doing? Says, at the end of the day, he's still human. Even if you agree or disagree with him, no one deserves that. I totally agree with you. Share Girl, how you doing? Says, I couldn't figure out who he was. Well, I'm going to tell you all about him, just kind of giving everybody kind of a moment to come on in here. Macman, how you doing? Says, the video, yes, that video is terrible. Please do not watch it if you don't have to watch it. Dev knows, I totally agree with you. Charlie Kirk celebrated. Yes, he did. But you know what? We ain't Charlie Kirk, right? We going to rise above. It's Black excellence, okay? And even in Black excellence, we can figure out how to talk about certain things without going below the belt, right? We don't need to do that, okay? We're going to talk about some things, but we don't need to do that, right? Because as you can see, and you know, I'm going to get into it, but it's not good. Miss Sweets, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I love you too, Super Patriot. Tabo, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says Charlie Kirk got the energy he put into the world. You know, we all gonna get the energy we put into the world, whether it's good or bad, right? Lady Diana, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Renz, what's going on with you? Yeah. Sister Shirley, how you doing? I'm so happy you guys' names are back to where they were. Brother Reggie in the building. How you doing? And thank you, Pete Reed. What's going on with you? I'm doing well. No complaints. Brother Stephen, how you doing? Tell your wife I said hello. Odd Negroes. Lady Brown Bird, how you doing? Miss Sweets, did I say hello to you? If not, I'll say hello again. But thank you for asking everybody to hit the like button. Think it through. How you doing? And I'm going to answer all y'all questions in just a minute. But I want to go ahead and get started because I've been 5 minutes and I know people are like, get started already. Brother Sammy, how you doing? Troy, Journey, Khalil, what's going on with you? One who cares. And I think I said hello to her. Okay, so let's get started because we got a lot of information to cover. Okay. Jamarcus, how you doing? First, I want to tell y'all who Charlie Kirk was. For those of y'all who do not know, right? There's a lot of people who don't know who he is, or was, I should say. Okay. So, Charlie Kirk, born Charles James Kirk, October 14th, 1993, expired today. He's only 31 years old, right? Was an American conservative political activist, author, and media personality. Born in Arlington Heights, Illinois. He briefly attended Harper College before dropping out to pursue political activism full-time. In 2012, at the age of 18, he co-founded Turning Point USA, a conservative youth organization promoting limited government, fiscal responsibility, and free markets. He later served as CEO of related entities like Turning Point Action, Academy Faith, and turned TPUSA into a major force on U.S. campuses. Okay, now he hosted the Charlie Kirk Show podcast, authored several books, including Campus Battlefield in 2018, The MAGA Doctrine 2020, and Right Wing Revolution in 2024, and was prominently an ally of Donald Trump. Okay, now Charlie Kirk frequently sparked backlash for racially charged commentary. At a 2001 Turning Point USA event, he called George Floyd a scumbag. Dismissing the gravity of Floyd's death amid global protests, he framed it as a defiant stance, going to say things no one dares to say, right? That's kind of what he was saying. I'm going to say what nobody wants to say about George Floyd. And that probably kicked off the rhetoric we hear about George Floyd now, that he was a drug addict and this, that, and the other. And of course, he was one of many saying that Derek Chauvin should be free. Derek Chauvin is the police officer that had his knee on George Floyd's neck for almost 10 minutes. Okay. Now, 2018, discussing Chicago gun violence, he attributed problems to a lack of father problem in the Black community, suggesting cultural failure rather than systemic issues. A more recent critique highlighted his praise of a minister who claimed God cursed Black people to be servile. Now suggesting Kirk looked to such figures for religious validation of racial hierarchy. Now, these sentiments drew sharp criticism from civil rights advocates and media commentators who viewed them as inflammatory and demeaning. Now, Kirk was a staunch proponent of Second Amendment rights. Following a deadly shooting in Nashville in 2023, he remarked that gun deaths are worth it for preserving the God-given rights of an armed citizenry, sparking significant controversy. Now, he consistently argued that with guns as a societal feature, some level of death is inevitable and preferable to gun restrictions in defense of freedom. Now, I have a video. I won't show it to you, but he basically was saying all of that, right? Now, today, Charlie was fatally shot while speaking at the University of Utah in Orem as a part of his American comeback tour. He was hosting his familiar Prove Me Wrong debate table when shots fired from a nearby building struck him, apparently in the neck. And again, if you haven't seen it, don't go looking for it. It's terrible. I kid you not, it's awful. Okay. Now, initial confusion surrounded the suspect. Some reports said someone was in custody. Others later clarified no one had been arrested yet. And as I looked right before I came on here, they said that there is a suspect at large. I guess the guy that they had snatched up is not the guy that, did the shooting or whatever. So sounds like they did lock down the campuses and stuff that's nearby. And FBI, everybody's involved, right, in trying to find this particular person who did that to Charlie. Now, Charlie was rushed to a hospital, but was later confirmed dead. It sounds like his own security team, rushed him out of the area. Now, his death prompted an executive proclamation by the president ordering U.S. flags to be flown at half staff until sunset September 14th of this year. Now, political figures from both parties condemned the attack as political violence. President Trump labeled Kirk legendary, while leaders like Vice President J.D. Vance, Governor Gavin Newsom, and Hakeem Jeffries denounced the act and called for unity. The FBI, ATF, and local law enforcement launched an investigation. Campus lockdowns were enacted, and the university canceled classes for the day. Now, the growing pattern of politically motivated violence in the U.S. was highlighted as a serious concern. So, of course, you guys know last year there were a couple of shots aimed at Trump as he was campaigning and things like that. Now, I should say that on August 29th, there was a petition fashioned on change.org against him going to the campus there in Utah. They did not want him to show up there. Now, specifically, they said, let's see. Charlie Kirk's scheduled appearance at Utah State University on his America Comeback Tour is a matter of significant concern for many students and community members. Charlie Kirk, a highly polarizing figure, does not align with the core values and ideology that Utah State University strives to epitomize. As a university deeply committed to promoting diversity and inclusion, it stands at odds with the messages frequently associated with Charlie Kirk and his platform. Allowing him to speak on campus would not only misrepresent values we hold dear, but also create an environment where divisive rhetoric could flourish. Now, for those of y'all who saw the video, you probably already know this, but for those of y'all who didn't, he was actually answering a question in regards to trans mass shooters. As y'all know, about a week or so ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, there was a mass shooter who was trans, right? So he was being asked that question. And the question was, do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? And he replied, counting or not counting gang violence. And that's was his last words. And unfortunately, that's when the shot rang out in his neck. And, he's no longer here with us. Should be said also that he leaves behind a wife and 2 children. So I want to get into the comment section now. Of course, I cannot go all the way back to the top because I know there's a lot of comments. So I will start at the bottom and hello to everybody that's come on here. But I specifically really want to be careful of the things that we say. I don't even know what y'all saying in this comment section. I hope y'all being respectful. But I would say this. I say all the time to y'all, and I've said this a million times. If I would just say certain things, I'd be wealthy, right? I'd be so rich. Oh my God, I would be rich. If I just said any and everything that came to my mind, but I'm mindful of the things that I say because I know, and listen, I'm not speaking of him necessarily. I'm just speaking of me. I know that there's a price to come with things that you say, right? Now, there's a lot of people out there, white, black, Hispanic, whatever it is, right? They say very incendiary things. And they get paid a lot of money to do it, right? Because they're feeding red meat to their bases. They say all kind of stuff, and they get heavily rewarded financially, right? For doing that, because certain people, depending on who it is, they validate in whatever their followers are believing. They validate that, right? Like, for instance, with him, it was not a secret. He was very right-wing, and typically they're white supremacists, right? So there's people who thought like him, and he was very wealthy, for a 31-year-old, right? But I'm one of those people that I'm very careful of things I say because I know the price is the price, right? There's a price to pay for saying things that are incendiary, right? Because everybody out there is not going to like what you say. And as of this moment, we don't know who did that to him, right? I'm assuming they will probably catch up to the person who did. But we have to be very careful with our words, right? I often talk about the division between Black men and women. I always tell people, be careful, because God wants Black men and women to be together. And if you're out there causing division between Black men and women, you got to pay for that, because you're going against the direct will of God. He wants Black people to be together. And when you start division like that, you got to pay for that. So I want to say, RIP to him. And I think this should really be a cautionary tale to everybody. You might want to watch the things that you say, because when you have a platform, you can't be responsible for how everybody receives what you're saying. Most people love what you're saying, but there's some people who will not love what you're saying. So, we have to be really careful. So again, RIP to him, even though, he said some pretty greasy and disrespectful things about us. We're not here to gloat. So let me get into the comment section. And thank you for bearing with me. Judite, you says, I'm effing tripping. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go all the way to the middle. All right, let's start here. Hey, Easy E, how you doing? H. Anthony Robinson, how you doing? So as Malcolm said, the chickens come home to roost. Yeah, Malcolm was also asked to be quiet himself, right? Was he not asked to be quiet? So y'all need to tell the whole story when y'all say that kind of stuff. He was also asked by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to not say nothing, as all the ministers were told not to say anything. And he said that in regards to the death of President John F. Kennedy. And they were all told, stand down, do not say anything, right? See, that's the problem with a lot of us. We do too much talking. We do too much talking. You know what I mean? And I'm not disrespecting Malcolm, but I'm saying tell the whole story. We got to tell the whole story, Anyway, Nate says, live by the gun, die by the gun. Well, if some would surmise that. So I'm not disagreeing with that. And that's what he said, right? He did say those things. FBA or nothing, how you doing? Says, no condolences for devils, okay? Let me see who else haven't I seen. Edmo, how you doing? Easy says, white on white crime is off the chain. Yes, it is, right? They like to talk about black on black crime, but yeah. Brother Raider says, I'll say it again, you can express your opinion, but be respectful. If you can't do that, you will be timed out. So says my moderator, right? Monique, how you doing? Says that dude flat out racist. I want to ask anybody, did I say he wasn't racist? So y'all need to come in here and stop being emotional and listen with your mind. Listen with your mind, not with your emotions. Nobody on here heard me say that he was not racist. Not one person. See, what y'all want me to do is get on here and be. I'm not going to do that, because I know what I celebrate for other people, then somebody else is going to be celebrating for that for me. So some of y'all got to learn how to move in wisdom and not ignorance, right? Y'all want to be all emotional and stuff. That's what happened to him, being emotional. But I'm not going to do that. I've never been that type of person. Now, I know how to have conversations without getting in the mud with people. Now, I'm sorry, if some of y'all don't like that, I'm not going, all hard in the paint. I'm not finna do that. See, I know how to use my words and not my emotions. Now, I'm sure there's a whole lot of people all over YouTube, all over the internet that got the conversation y'all want to hear. They want to gin up the mob and all that. Y'all go over there. But over here today, we're not going to do that. But nor did you hear me call this dude a saint or any of that other stuff. So knock it off. Anyway, who else is on here? Lisa, how you doing? Long time no see. Let's see. Ron Key Station, how you doing? Says, how come Jesus Christ didn't save him? So y'all asking questions that's above my pay grade. All right. Skipping down the unsubscribe queen. How you doing? Says, oh, she's okay. Right. Okay. Hey, Beverly, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Jackson, how you doing? He says he is not alive. I didn't say he was alive. Did I say he was alive? I said he's gone. So says the title. Monique, how you doing? Judite says, I'm not honoring, not flag at half. Who asked you to do that? Carrie says, they call decades of division amongst us. They caused, I think he meant, decades of division amongst us, and now it's happening to them. It's always going to happen to them. Always. That's why I said, why do people get excited about this nonsense that they do? And a lot of y'all call yourselves Christians and all this other stuff. I could tell if you're a Christian or not. Y'all don't dig into the Bible. I don't go to church, but I know the Bible fairly well. And I know that you have to pay for the things that you do, right? So I'm saying I don't get excited. I know they got that coming back to them, Anyway, Let's see. Okay. Y'all keep saying he was killed. He's not alive. I'm confused. Anyway, Lady Brownberry says, I saw the video. There was no chance of life. It was instant. Yeah, but they kept saying that he was in critical condition, and then they confirmed. Nate, he says, white male trans shooter. I don't know. As I came on here, they didn't know who it was. I don't know if they know now. Lady D says, National Guard is needed in Utah. You crazy. Your average logical thinker, how you doing? He says, thanks for covering this. Heard of Turning Point, but not of Charlie. Yeah, Charlie was big time. Out there debating, kids on college campuses, talking about reparations wasn't needed. Just, the typical right-wing rhetoric, right? But he would go to college campuses where kids didn't really know how to just debate him per se. He was a fast talker, but he wasn't really saying much. But yeah, that's who Charlie Kirk was. Monet, how you doing? Sharon, what's going on with you? Says killing someone is never okay. We must learn to agree to disagree. I totally agree with you. I'm not advocating for anybody to be gone, because I got people I know and love, and I would not want nothing to happen to them. See, I'm careful of the things that I wish on other people, right? I'm not an emotional person. Now, some people might argue that I should try to have some emotions sometimes, but no, emotions are important, but I think we should operate a little bit more logical. Trust me, there's going to be people all day on YouTube getting in the mud, talking crazy and all that. Y'all can go do that with them, but just not here. But again, that's not to say that I am absolving him of anything. So I just get tired of having to explain common sense to people. Yoga with Erky, how you doing? Michael Evans, what's going on with you? You says that guy asked those questions was an accomplice. He might have been. I don't know. I guess we'll all find out. Okay, let's see. Dr. Lauren, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, average logical thinker says, yeah, there's a lot of clowns with mics getting rich like Tatum. Yeah, I mean, the price is the price. That just keeps coming to my mind when I think of this. The price is the price. You got to pay the price. Now, I'm not saying necessarily that type of price, but what I'm saying is you are responsible for the things that come out of your mouth. You are, right? With all, and my little brother, he said this a long time ago, and I never forgot this. He says, with the fame, you also got to take the blame, right? A lot of people with the fame, they don't want that other side of it. It comes with both. But how will you handle that? That is the question. So that's why I keep saying the price is the price. You don't get to do all and say all you want to do and say, oh, I'm good. No, I don't want the blame, right? Gullah Geechee, how you doing? He says he pissed off people in his social class. Well, yeah, there's a lot of it. That could be anybody who did that to him, right? The unsubscribed queen says just shows where this country is going. Sad, man. Yeah. Are y'all following global news? Y'all see what's going on in Nepal? Kathmandu? They ran the prime minister out of there because they shut off their social media. So they ran him out of there, man. They ran him down the street, took all his clothes off, was kicking and hitting him, all kind of stuff, ran that man into the water. And now France is on fire. See, if y'all following the news, then y'all know what the stuff we're seeing is not rare. All the stuff has been prophesized. And y'all know, I talk about this all the time. Communist Manifesto, they talk about all this stuff in here. The price is the price, and it's going to come due. So it's not just with today's events, and nobody's really even talking about the mass shooting that happened at I think it's a high school in Denver, like maybe 2 hours ago at this point. Have y'all heard about that? Just asking. Brother Steven says condolences to his wife and children. That's all I could give out. Yeah, I mean, that's decent, that, but that doesn't say you agree with the man, right? Yeah. All right, Noonie, how you doing? Says, what y'all cooking tonight? You know what? I've seen that comment a million times. Glenn Doc, how you doing? Says, thanks for sharing this topic. I appreciate it a lot. Well, I appreciate you too. Judite says they should have talked him out of it. He wasn't careful of the ish. He said, just stop the Stockholm Syndrome. No, you stop the Stockholm Syndrome. You stop it, right? As I asked you, stop being emotional. You can't tell me what to do. I don't have no Stockholm Syndrome. You do. Because you mad and you don't even know why you mad. You probably listen to somebody else say some foolishness and now you jumping on the bandwagon. See, I be having my eyebrows raised about some of y'all. I really do. There you go. The average logical thinker, freedom of speech ain't free. And people think it is, right? Even the right wing, right? Oh, we have the freedom of speech. The price is the price. Z, how you doing? Says, look, people have been making money off racism and war. Who's trying to start war? Listen, I totally agree with you. You do not have any argument with me there. Yeah, Beverly, God don't like ugly from nobody. And what did they used to say? See, the other side of that was what? And he ain't crazy about good looking, you know? So yeah, Hopkins, how you doing? Says, I'm sorry, but even Jesus had enough and started flipping tables. Yeah, but a lot of us ain't Jesus. Right? I'm just saying. Trust me, I know all that in the temple. Yeah, he flipped over the table. Yeah, I know that. But flipping over tables and celebrating people getting shot. Because what else did Jesus say? Do unto others is what? What you see, y'all talk the Bible, but y'all cherry pick the Bible. Talk about the whole Bible. Don't be them type of Christians that, Jesus wept. That be the death and breath of the Bible that y'all know. Jesus wept. But y'all don't know the rest of the stuff. Tell it all. See, I'm one of those the whole story type of people, right? I'm just saying. Easy. He says, D, for respect for you and your channel, I'm going to tone it down, but I will use word substitutes. I'd love and appreciate you for that. You ain't necessarily got to tone it down. I'm just saying, here, I want to kind of set the tone. Let's be cerebral. Let's not be emotional. I don't like having emotional conversations with people. People I tell you, if they calling me, call me back. Call me back when you can stop crying, because I'm not going to be on the phone with you 5-10 minutes. Just get it together. Call me back. And then we can have a great conversation. Okay. Maybe that's why I like Michael Myers so much. I don't know. Jay McClinton, how you doing? Says no sympathies for white supremacists. I think we agree. Lady Diana, let's see. I said hello to you. Hello. Texavor. Yeah, I see you there. How you doing? Says repentant Judah, how you doing? Says touch not my anointed. Leave God's chosen people alone. See, you went somewhere that I wanted to go, and I've been having that conversation behind, off of here. But me and you were here. I just maybe I'll get into it when I catch up to the comments. But me and you are on the same page, and I know exactly why you said that. I know exactly why. I'm gonna put that up there because I know exactly why you said that. Bobby's channel, how you doing? Says, yeah, exactly. I've been trolling these black dudes and black chicks who are fighting each other all over YouTube for the better part of 8 years. Yeah, there's a price for that. You talk about black men ain't this and black women, you got to pay the price, homie. If y'all see this, touch not my anointed. Leave God's chosen people alone. Now, if y'all believe that for white supremacists, you got to believe that for the black people that's running around talking bad about each other too. Okay? But I'm going to leave that up here because I don't want to forget that, because that's very important. Buck Horse in the building. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, and I know I'm terribly behind, so let me catch up, y'all. I'm so sorry. Jackie says, I'm having a great day now. Okay, well, you should have been having a great day before this happened, right? So don't let what happened to Charlie Kirk set your temperature. You didn't know Charlie. I didn't know Charlie. I was having a great day, and I'm still having a great day. When he was here and when he wasn't here. So Charlie don't set the temperature for my mood, and he shouldn't set it for yours. Revelations, how you doing? He says Black First Capital. Yes, indeed. A D1, D Wood rather. How you doing? Says, and it's one's mouth that will often get you in trouble. Yeah, we got to be careful. Y'all who follow the Bible, y'all want to have church? What did the Bible say about life and death and where it lies? The power of life and death, what lies on your tongue, in your mouth. Allison, how you doing? Says he said slavery wasn't that bad. Listen, I'm not arguing against whether he was a racist. We know that. That's a given, right? Hopefully, we're not getting our wires crossed. Jessica, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Diane says, my heart is dead towards their demise. I am indifferent towards this. I have a lot of terrible things to say, but peace to my well-being. Yeah, I mean, we all have terrible things we could say, but what good is it going to do to say it? I'm not going to be like Charlie, because Charlie wasn't me, right? I'm not going to be like Charlie. There's a lot of things we can say. Ark, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Dr. Lawrence says, right, let's grow up and be smart, folks. Yeah, I mean, I hate that we even have to have this conversation with supposedly grown-ups, Timothy, how you doing? Says, there's no glory in glorifying death. Nope. Gregory, how you doing? Says, racism has consequences. Hey, that's a word too, right? Sherry, how you doing? Mac Manning says Proverbs 9:7. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to break that one down. But Kolos, how you doing? Says these thugs and their culture of violence need to be stopped. The president needs to send troops to Utah. I agree with you, Sin. Right? Trump called him a legend, said he was legendary. Right? And he's lowering the flags at half mast, took out, one of their very own, right? So yeah, I agree with you. Send the National Guards there. All right, no arguments there. Delano, how you doing? Says, I wonder which thug or black degenerate did this. What? Well, nobody knows who did it. At first they thought it was a white man, and to this moment, I don't know, unless they found him now. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. Judge Clark, how you doing? Says, I did not like his ways, but my condolences to his family. African Bantu, how you doing? Says, I can handle not agreeing with his politics. I can't feel sorry for him and his family for what happened to him. Charlie Kirk made a living slandering FBAs and the violent people in the USA. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. I'm just saying, if y'all looking for me to say something bad about the man, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So that's all I'm saying. Faith and Strength, how you doing? Says, don't gloat on anyone's life being lost. I'm not going to do it. Abu, how you doing? Says, most political violence comes from non-black people. Black people demonstrate when they are politically frustrated, right? And those folks demonstrate like that, right? Hi, Cube. How you doing? Since society and Americans seem to have a lot of mental problems, the United States is not a democracy, and it seems that there are only extremists, fundamentalists who have lost their morality. Yeah, you got to remember, too, there are more guns in America than there are people, right? And America, as has always been said, has a love affair with guns. Of course, he was a 2A right supporter and all this other stuff, and he said some pretty incendiary things about, well, if people got to die for our 2A rights, then so be it. But see, that's why I said the price is a price, because when people are saying that kind of stuff, they don't envision themselves or their loved ones, being the people that got to die so they can have rights. They never envision that. They envision everybody else when they're saying those things, right? So that's why I'm saying we got to be careful. Another world's wonderful secret. How you doing? Says, so this is the type of stuff that will always happen when Republicans control all three branches of our government. Is this the version of America being great again? I don't know if that's what they had in mind, but I guess. How you doing? Says George Bush 43 said white supremacists were a problem. Who are they a problem to? And why would he announce that? Right? Because if it wasn't to us, they wouldn't care, but they know who was a problem too. Exactly. Jay Rochelle, how you doing? Said, didn't the Bible say God hate Esau? Yeah, the Bible said a whole lot of stuff. Right? And if we believe we are the chosen people, didn't he tell us to get our stuff together? I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff in the Bible. We got to stop cherry picking. I don't know the whole Bible, but I know enough of it to know it's an admonishment in there for everybody. TJ, how you doing? Says Charlie said it himself that some deaths are going to happen when we live in a gun-toting nation, and it happened to him. I totally agree with you. Totally. All right, let's see. Who else haven't I seen? Because gosh knows I'm so behind. I'm so sorry, you guys. Lady Wrightmore, how you doing? Says he had freedom on his shirt. Wow, peace and blessings to everybody. Yeah. Ricky, how you doing? Says agree or disagree. They didn't have to do that to the man. That was so not okay. Yeah, I'm not co-signing any of that at all. He was a big time racist, but I'm not co-signing that because, as I said, I know what you co-sign for others. Yeah, somebody gonna co-sign that for you. So I agree with you. Kira, how you doing? So there's a press conference right now. Okay, yeah. So I had to catch that on the back end. Yahweh, like I said, I was gonna talk about a whole lot of stuff, and it just kind of came up. How you doing, Terrence? What's going on with you? Says now let's see if we hear anything remotely about white on white crime now from the Palm color folks. Now come on, now that right as we speak, they're blaming the left wing media. They're saying it's the liberal media, and it's like y'all don't even know who did it. And y'all out there, and Elon Musk talking about, oh, it's the left media. They caused this. Is like y'all acting like y'all know who did it. Do tell, because y'all all of a sudden y'all know it's the left and Democrats who did it. Because it sounds like they know, right? Felicia, how you doing? Said, and there was a school shooting today in Colorado. Nobody really talking too much about that. All right, let me skip down because I know I'm so behind. The Shaw brothers, how you doing? Said, do you think Charlie Kirk going to devil or the devil place or heaven? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Depending on if you believe that there is a hell or a heaven. Many people believe that heaven and hell is on earth. I don't know where that man went. You know, Richard, how you doing? Says our YouTube FBA brothers and sisters can't openly celebrate this. That wouldn't be wise. Yeah, that's why. And see, if you know, you know. If I get on here acting like that, I'm gone. Right? I just, and I don't want to do that. Right? I know it's so easy. I don't like to do low hanging fruit commentary. I mean, every once in a while I'll talk about something trivial, but I don't like to do that type of commentary because it doesn't make me feel good. You know what I mean? But trust me, I'm not asleep and I'm not stupid by any means. But I know I'm gonna pick and choose my words wisely. Because I can hear my daddy now. And my mom. Flashback, how you doing? Says none of my black ass business. Well, yeah. Jessica Diaries, how you doing? All right, say sad situation. Yes, indeed. Duke, how you doing? Says yes, no one deserves to be murdered, but you have to make sure what you're doing doesn't position you into being murdered. The price is the price. I totally agree with you. One who cares. Did I say hi to you? If not, hello. Ahmed, how you doing? S. Williams, what's going on? You say cheers. JFG, how you doing? Says a witch from Essie says she put a curse on him. She posted it. People, it's just lunacy. Y'all wonder why I don't go out the house often. Because it's people's, like, even if you did, why would you get on anywhere saying you did that? You know what I mean? Gosh. I saw a movie the other day, and I won't tell you guys which one it is because it was a good movie. But there was a quote in there. It says, "Attention is the new currency." Boy, that's a real quote right there. E. Wright, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. It says, "Oh well, okay." Magnetter, thank you so much. Love and appreciate you for that. I know I'm so behind in these comments, but thank you. It says driving behind in Las Vegas traffic. Love you as well. And be careful because I've been in the Las Vegas traffic. And I know all about that. And I am going to get back to that comment. Box, how you doing? I see your comments. I know I'm so behind. I'm sorry. I see you guys' comments, but trust me, I'm going to try to catch up because I know y'all be like, I've been making these comments. KP from KC, how you doing? Says way too emotional. Yeah, I ain't going to be emotional. Sorry. Casual 42. How you doing? Says yes. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Come on now, Troy. How you doing? Let's see. FBA Justice. Thank you so much. But you say bye, Charlie Kirk. That's all I got. He's done so much harm to the black community. Has he done harm to the black community? Has he done harm to the black community, or has he said some pretty stupid stuff? You know, I don't know how much harm he's actually done because we got to be careful of the power we give people. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how much harm he's done. Now, he's probably influenced a lot of his people that were probably going to be influenced anyway. But as far as the harm that he's done, he ain't did no harm to us. Yeah, I don't give Charlie Kirk that much power. We got to stop giving people like that power over us. Charlie is just regurgitating the stuff that he's heard from somebody else, and he, is making a lot of money touring around these college campuses, arm wrestling little kids verbally, over stuff they really didn't have the wherewithal to argue him down with or whatever the case is. But Charlie didn't have no power to do nothing to us. He said some harmful things, but he hasn't done anything harmful. I don't know Charlie like that, so maybe he did. But thank you. All right, skipping down, Deshaun, how you doing? Says he spoke heavily against reparations. He did. John, how you doing? Says, will the big man talk about the shooter the way he talked about the guy that stabbed the girl in Charlotte? You know what? I'm going to write this down as well. Y'all give me a second because, hold on a second. Because y'all know I'm getting old. I forget. 1 second. Because I want to bring Trump into the fold before we leave out of here. We got about 20 minutes. Hold on. Y'all know that's you getting old when you have to write stuff down or you'll forget. All right. Easy says, dude has such a vile, anti-black, hateful propaganda that set the hateful climate in this country abroad. No argument there. I totally agree. Tiffany, how you doing? Says nobody's talking about the 19-year-old black woman who was raped and thrown off a bridge unalive by an immigrant. The left wing said nothing. The side is on our side. No side is on our side. Yeah, nobody said anything about it, right? So you're absolutely right. Kat, how you doing? Says, why so emotional? You didn't expect the responses. Who's so emotional? Who are you talking to? Emmett, how you doing? Says, cafeteria Christians. Skipping on down. True Truth. How you doing? Says the Most High will be done. No one can stop what Yahweh has in motion. Cassius, how you doing? Says Charlie Kirk and Kyle Rittenhouse was hanging out before. Yeah. All of that. The price is the price. Mad Dog says, do unto others what you have done unto you. Yep. I can't read your name. Kimmit. Something at the end. You say laugh out loud. Okay. Vernice, how you doing? Says the news is saying that the gunman has been caught. Yeah. So is that recent? Like, is it the last 20, 30 minutes or so? Because when I came on here, they said that he was at large, or she, whoever it was, at large, and they were looking for him. But they originally thought it was a white guy. They had, gaffled up pretty good. His pants was falling off and stuff. But it doesn't sound like it was him. So I don't know. Blu-ray, how you doing? Says maybe we don't need to talk about this topic or much else on social media. It seems like we need to verbally step in fast. Nah, ain't nobody finna be I don't have my homie here. Ain't nobody finna be raccooning. We don't do that here. See, we got to learn how to put things in the proper context. Cooning or not cooning and not talking reckless, that they're not the same thing. Cooning is, oh gosh, we need to get together and say, oh gosh, that's cooning. Okay, ain't nobody cooning here, but ain't nobody finna be getting on here talking crazy. Like I said, there's a whole lot of people y'all can go watch to do that. I'm not mad at them. I'm just not gonna do that, right? I like to be a little bit more classy here. Just saying. Anyway, Michelle, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sherry says, 2 Thessalonians 1:6, seeing that it is a righteous thing with recompense. He says, tribulations to them that trouble you. Okay. Khalil, he says, did you see Ben Shapiro on the Breakfast Club? I did. I watched the whole thing one night as I was going to sleep. Yeah, and I almost wish that they would have had somebody else on there that really could have taken him to task. But my spidey senses tell me that they were probably, I'm just saying allegedly, paid on the back end to bring him on and not challenge him much, to kind of, because what I understand, there's been a lot of money put into different media platforms to boost the image of his people. You know what I mean? So yeah. Who else haven't I seen on here? Black Wolf, how you doing? James, what's going on with you? Says, good evening, Sister D. 21 countries on the motherland has kicked out Western countries and made deals with Russia, and now the West is in panic mode, as they should be. Yeah, what do you expect Africa to do? Keep being pillaged, Not saying that nobody else is doing it, but hell, at least they're getting something for it, right? Thank you, Brother Reggie, for that. And Jerron, how you doing? Says, authorities may try to frame a Black person for this. I thought about that too. Deshaun, how you doing? Says, well, he doesn't have to work if it's a Black pilot flying the plane that's taking him home to his state. And I don't even know who that is. I'm sorry. I know I'm behind. Cool Breeze, how you doing? One Unique Monique says, Charlie Kirk was a staunch supporter of 2A, a Second Amendment, and he defended all those school, mass shooters, and now he paid the ultimate price. The price is the price. Yes, it is. Jessica Diary says, I will say this, though. His last Fox interview is ironic as F. Yeah, I didn't see that. Like I said, I don't follow Charlie as much. I see him around when people post his interviews and the silliness that he was saying, but I don't follow him much. I know him, and I think him and Candace Owens. Well, didn't she work for Turning Point USA? They was, homies, and I think she got fired when she started talking about Israel and things. If I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Great or good, how you doing? Super cool. Cool, how you doing? Says, so are they going to send ICE to Utah? They're out of control. I didn't know. All these things remain to be seen, right? Text, you say, I think it's going to be scary. Those supporters of his might do something. They ain't going to do nothing. They're not really built like that. That's why I'm saying we give them too much power. They're not really built like that. They're going to keep the fight on Twitter. And, that's usually where they get froggy, is on Twitter. They not really built like that. Because if they were built like that, they would have already done something. But they're not about that life. But again, we give them more power than they deserve. You know what I mean? Like I said, Charlie wasn't going to, real prestigious institutions. He wasn't arguing with people like Dr. Umar or, Nuri Muhammad, or he wasn't arguing with people like that. He was going and talking to kids who just left high school, right? And they thought they was going to, ask him a question. He was, like I said, arm wrestling with them. But we give them too much credit. They're not going to, I mean, what are they going to do that they haven't already done? You know, Ahmed, he says, anointed means set for a purpose, but deeper, staying sucker free. I like that. Kara, how you doing? Says power of the tongue. Yep. Doris, how you doing? Says my mind goes back to Dr. King and Medgar Evers, who lost their lives fighting for justice for Black people. Charlie was anti-Black, and maybe if he had become a drum major for justice, he would be here, right? You know, or maybe he wouldn't be, because it was his people on at both times that took out both of those people you mentioned. So, you know, he might not have been here if he was, you know, talking good stuff about Black people. Now they probably did the same thing to him. Al, how you doing? Says Polly Holiday, aka Flo from the TV show Alice Passed. She was 88. R.I.P. to Flo. Kiss my grits. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry, I'm so behind. I gotta catch up. HDLC, how you doing? Says uncensored video is still up. Charlie was asked about a number of mass shootings, and his last words were gang or not gang related before the shot. How ironic. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Let me get to the rest of these comments so I can say some of the stuff that I want to say. Ricardo, how you doing? So shout out to Demetra. It says quite a bit earlier, but not as late. Yeah, you here. And I know I'm behind these comments. Mama T, how you doing? Says wonder how Trump is going to address Charlie's unaliver. Right, remains to be seen. I'm waiting just like y'all to see exactly what's gonna happen. Right. I'm gonna tell y'all a theory that I have. Just let me get down to the rest of these comments. Arad, he says FBI apprehended him. I'm sorry, FBI. So they just got him now, and I know I'm behind in the comments. So let me try to catch up. Sister Marcella, how you doing? Says a few years ago, Minister Farrakhan said, "Stop being emotional." Yeah, we have to learn to stop being emotional. And that's why we're in the situation we're in as Black people, because everybody got our emotions, whether it's a pastor, us this, is, you know, a Democrat or somebody with, vote blue no matter who. I'm strolling to the polls, and, you know, I'm just about the joy and the vibes. And, oh, hallelujah. What did the pastor say in church today? I don't know, but it sure was good. Easy says anti-Black hate speech has created millionaires in this country. Yep, on whether it's Black people, whether it's white people, whether it's Asians, they've all made a bag off of anti-Black hate. IUIC, how you doing? Says, I'm sorry if I see a Black Jesus, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Charlie Kirk. Yeah, if he says stuff like that, he gonna find out if Jesus is Black now, ain't he? Or maybe not. JD's, how you doing? Says, what ethnicity was the shooter? We don't know yet, unless somebody knows now. Monique, how you doing? Says, nowhere did I say that you said he wasn't racist. Not one time did I say that. From my own personal observation, the stuff he said was racist. Okay, my apologies. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to read things on here, but my apologies. I know I'm behind, so I'm sorry. Sheena, how you doing? Del Monte Green Beans, how you doing? Says, y'all know where the blame is going to be directed within 2 weeks. I don't know how they can blame us unless it was somebody Black who did it, right? And then it was one person or Black. It wasn't all Black people. I'm not saying it was, but I'm saying God forbid that's who it was. It wasn't all Black people, just like it wasn't all white people that did it. Jimon, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I'm so behind. Buck horse, you crazy. Al says, I believe the shooting death wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to be a distraction from the Epstein file. You might be on to something. Kevin, how you doing? Says the video was very graphic and very hard to watch. Yeah, crazy. Loki, how you doing? Says, what a joke. There's nothing honorable about the. Okay, guess what? I got you. But that block was honorable, wasn't it? Because we're not gonna talk bad about the minister, and y'all already know that. You talking bad about the minister, you gone. Kelly, how you doing? Lala, what's going on? She said, did y'all see the shooting in Colorado? Yep. I didn't see it, but I heard about it, but nobody's talking about it. Shell, how you doing? Says, I don't wish death on anyone, but at the same time, I have no sympathy for the man. And I think that's true. I think that's fair. I think that's probably where a lot of people are, right? I think that's fair. Because one doesn't mean the other, right? Both of those things can be true at the same time. So I'm glad that you feel that way. Let me see who else. Word on replay. How you doing? Says they'll place the blame on a political party rather than their own people. Yeah, they're blaming the Democrats now. I don't know if it was a Democrat thing or not. Brother Sammy says thinking of three messenger the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to be quiet. Now just watching the physical and political, whether that is playing out. Yep. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, I ain't got nothing else to say. I done said it all. And like you said, Honorable Elijah Muhammad told him, be quiet. Don't say nothing else. And we are seeing everything that's already been said play out, right? Absolutely. News with a message. How you doing? Says Charlie Kirk was a good, decent young man. He was polarizing, but he told his truth. And I appreciate it. Yeah, he told his truth, but his truth was not the truth. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to your comment. His truth wasn't the truth. But as I said, the price is the price. You got to be careful of the things that you say. Now, listen, I don't know what the motive is behind whoever did that to him. I guess we'll maybe find out. I don't know. But your truth and the truth, they're not the same thing. They're just not, right? Because he said a lot of greasy stuff about Black people that just wasn't true. But it was his truth. Corey, how you doing? Says he's hell-bound. You can't go to heaven with hate in your heart. Okay. Jet, how you doing? Says FBA has no problem with Buddy. Rip. Bongo, how you doing? Says told the truth. Black America, how you doing? Says in my Cat Williams voice, you shouldn't have been talking ish. We say you, who you mean? You were Charlie, long time no see. You found your way to the side of YouTube, didn't you? Yes, Ricardo, he died. Shan, how you doing? All right, this is ridiculous. I'm behind. Oh, Oil King, how you doing? Says I'm DBA. F Charlie Kirk. Charles, how you doing? Says the Tibetan Book of the Dead says Charlie will be a newborn baby in 49 days. Mike Lewis, how you doing? Yvette, what's going on with you? Says, hi, Demetri. These people in this country are doing too much in DC, Georgia, and Utah. Oh, yeah. But like I said, we should rest our beautiful Black selves. I mean, we got work to do, don't get me wrong, but let's not concern ourselves with them. They got it coming. This ain't me saying this. They got it coming. Because as I said, that Bible that they read out of, and with a Christian party, blah, 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 family values. Well, if you read the Bible and you believe everything that's in there, now, you know, y'all got that coming back. I'm just saying, it's not me. I'm going on what the Bible says. And y'all know, like I said, I don't even be going to church like that. Miss Mama T says, Miss K, you are wise and have class. That's why you watch how you address things. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just know people going to be doing the most. I'm just not finna be doing that. Because I can hear my mama and my daddy right now. My mama, RIP to her. She always would tell me, be careful. And my dad, who's 81 years old, he's like, hey, you say some of the things you need to say, but you be careful of how you say these things, right? And my dad, he a spitfire shoot. I got it from him. And he told me, you be careful. And I'm going to listen to my daddy before I listen to anybody. So I got to move a little bit differently. You know, I don't just have a Twitter account, esoteric Twitter account where I'm saying, because even then they can find an IP address and say, come with us, right? So we have to be careful. Legend X, how you doing? Lord have mercy. Y'all comments is crazy. Sister Shirley says, when you give out ugly, you receive ugly. Yep, that's why we got to be careful. Tariq, how you doing? Says, at least it wasn't the 1350. I think I might know what the 13 is, but I don't want to speculate. Black Clark, how you doing? Says the truth is going over a lot of you guys' heads. Apollo, he says, yes, he did. He helped take Black history out of the school system. Yeah, but y'all know what I say. So y'all gonna make me stay on here overtime. I'm hot. I got work to finish and stuff. I had to stop what I was doing. I don't give a damn about Black history being taught in school. And I'm going to tell you why I don't give a damn. Because them white folks in them schools ain't going to teach your Black children Black history right anyway. If you send your Black child to school so they can teach your Black child knowledge of self, stick yourself. Because nobody else sends their kids to school and say, teach my children knowledge of self. We the only ones running around crying about, they taking Black history out of school. I don't give a damn. I never let them people teach my daughter who she was. My daughter's 5 years old. I went to her school and it was in March, right? So, during March is leprechaun season, right? St. Patrick's Day is what they call it because that's how much I don't give a damn about it. She says, Mommy, Guess which one is my leprechaun? Now, you know damn well I knew it was the black one, right? My daughter, 5 years old, she know damn well you ain't finna be drawing up nothing pink, because your mama ain't pink, your daddy is black as midnight, and yes, I love him, he's chocolate brown, right? And like, who are the pink people you know, right? So she's painting the leprechaun black. My daughter, I didn't raise her with no knowledge of self, so I didn't send her to school so them people could teach my dad watered down black history. Oh, the slave master was in the field with them sometimes, because that was in one of her books when I went to her back to school night. Talking, they tried to sanitize slavery. Oh, you know, the master sometimes, oh, he was nice. I said, don't you teach my daughter this. I said, if you're going to teach my daughter about slavery, you let me come up here so I can either help you do it, but my daughter don't know this version of slavery. And the teacher didn't teach it. So stop whining about what they not teaching your black babies in school. And I want to pull on my hair. What I got left? Anyway, Top Dog, he said DK is right. Most of y'all black folks don't know when to shut up. Have y'all heard the saying, there is a time and place? My Lord. I should have just started with your comment. It's on, how you doing? It says undo heat. Okay, I'm going all the way to the bottom. XYZ, how you doing? He says, oh, well, I'm not mad. I ain't asking you to be mad. I promise you I'm not. This is not a sympathy meeting. I ain't asking nobody to be mad. Please don't mistake me in that. Mr. Professor Wonderful says, ding dong. The Black America says she was selling vagina to that immigrant. Who are you talking about? You talking about that sister that... Even if she was selling that, her vagina and her mama and grandmama vagina, does that mean she should be dead? I'm just asking. All right. I'm so sorry. Leanne, how you doing? Says, wonder, was he sacrificed to divert attention away from the files? We're getting too suspicious with blame the blacks. I'm going to get to it because I see I'm so behind. And forgive me, Sanchez, how you doing? Okay, let me just acknowledge everybody. Christopher Green. Yep. We're going to talk about it. Just a second. Marcus, how you doing? Yes, Trump has made a lot of money. Let's see. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate you for that. Thank you. Who else haven't I seen? Renee, how you doing? Says, I don't think a black person could have gotten that close to him. I didn't, whoever did it don't seem like they was that close, right? It seemed like they was kind of far away from where it looked. I'm tell you this. Whoever did it, they've been practicing, okay? Because where they hit that man, there was no way he was going to survive that. No way. They hit him in that, what they call that here, whatever artery that was. I'm telling you, don't go looking for it if you haven't seen it, but he was not going to survive that. So whoever did that, they've been practicing somewhere. Right? 48 TCO, how you doing? Says, dang, that's sad. How about them Texans? Zip, zoom, how you doing? Says, that was the Daily Wire. So she worked for the Daily Wire, talking about Candace Owens. Okay, Diane, how you doing? All right. Well, I gotta skip down to Sean. How you doing? Says, okay, so she worked with Ben Shapiro. Hell, they all alike to me. Right? I know Ben Shapiro's like, right? Who else haven't I seen? I'm so sorry, y'all, for you guys at the bottom, and I had to take forever to get to your comments. Roger, how you doing? Says, the ancestors are working. Yes, indeed. Den, how you doing? Says, with 300,000 jobs lost to sisters all focus on us, but expect reckless comments from the likes of Jasmine and Joy Reid. Let's stay out Charlie Kirk's business, Whoop and Sonny. Yeah, I mean, if they talking like that, I don't know what to say. You know what, Negroes, you're right. God is a comedian. People think God is all serious, right? You're just throwing lightning bolts down on people. But yeah, he has a sense of humor. Crimson Tide, how you doing? Says, when I see black flying my plane, my first thought is I hope they're qualified. Yeah, well, whatever plane he on now, you better hope whoever driving it is qualified. I'm just saying, the price is the price, y'all. Barry, how you doing? Says, Trump probably going to blame Biden and the Democrats. They already doing that. Shasha, how you doing? Maya, what's going on with you? Brother Sammy says, when I saw the video, my first feeling was this was a movie scene. Yeah, it's crazy. Queen Now, how you doing? It's crazy. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, please do not go watch that. Donovan, yes. Damn shame the hate that hate produces. There you go. The price is the price, right? Princess Amon, how you doing? Says, I truly appreciate the way you're handling this. I'm still at the beginning. Okay. I thank and appreciate y'all. Y'all got me in here sweating. Y'all aren't the reason I'm sweating. I sweat anyway. Panther Strike, how you doing? Where you been? Says the most high is black. Old Charlie FAFO. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you once again for that. Appreciate you. Say he's an op, a cog in the system that murders us. Okay. Barry says, I heard it was a trans, and if it was, hell in the country for him. Yeah, because they were actually talking about that. So I don't know if that's actually who did it. I guess we'll find out, right? We will. Easy says they can't blame us. The only black people in Utah is players for Utah Jazz. Yeah, I heard there's not that many black people there. And Utah is not really a place I really want to go because there's a lot of snow out there sometimes. D-Mac, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Let's see. I think I'm getting to the bottom. Lance, how you doing? Says, come. Why you call that lady out her name? FM, how you doing? Says, no such thing as his or her truth. There is only truth. I know, but I'm just saying, people say, well, it's my truth. Well, like you said, your truth don't necessarily mean that's the truth. Fat son, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Black Light, what's going on with you? Says, fatally wounded, or come on now, can y'all give me a break? I know there's certain things I cannot say on here. ABC, NBC, Fox News, they can all use those words. I cannot use those words. Okay, I get flagged for those words, trust me. So there's certain things I can't say, right? But I think y'all kind of get fatally means what? Are we there? Are we that remedial here? Are we really that remedial? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but what does fatal mean? Does fatal mean you critically wounded? Does it mean you're on life support? What does fatally mean? So y'all gonna make me. I can do remedial if I need to. I can do it. Hey, Sunlight, how you doing? Hope that you are doing so well, and I know that you're doing well. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Al says Obama just sent out a tweet. Now black people will not be doing any jokes. I don't know if that's true. If they won't be doing any jokes, but he used to be the president, so he's got to have some decorum. And I'm sure Charlie Kirk said a whole lot of greasy stuff about Obama, but he still got to have some decorum. D, how you doing? Says like that Charlie had open forums at colleges. He exposed a lot of indoctrination. I didn't watch him a lot. I just saw little snippets of him. But I think he was arguing with lightweights and he knew it, right? He wasn't really trying to talk to nobody that was about that life. Simo, how you doing? This has been a hell of a year. Queen Now, thank you so much for the super sticker. Love it. Appreciate you for that. Okay, Sherry Rice, how you doing? Says what I seen on Facebook, them carrying out an old white man, but the police is going to say he still don't know if he did it or not. Who's going to say they committed a murder if they didn't do it? Yeah, so I saw that too, but then they said that they actually didn't have the suspect, so I don't know. Maybe we'll know something when this is over. Ocean View, how you doing? Says they was ready to come after blacks because of the stabbing before Charlie Kirk hit. I'm trying to get to the bottom of these comments so we could talk about that. Professor Wonderful, thank you so much for that. Love and appreciate you. Says Charlie Kirk says school shootings are the cost of Second Amendment. Yes, he did say that. He said that. As I said, the price is a price. But when people say stuff like that, they never think that means them or somebody they know and love. They usually think that means somebody else. That's not me, right? That's somebody else. And it's like, thank you, your average logical thinker. Love and appreciate you for that. Thank you. Al Cat, and I hope I said that right. The man, how you doing? Says we shouldn't be in their schools. Come on now, we should be having our own schools. Yep. But I'm not going to be whining and crying about them not teaching no black history. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things I would rather do, and that ain't on the list. I'm not. I never was. Why don't you teach my black daughter about it? Like I'm gonna have Miss Ann stand up at the front of the classroom. Okay, Negroes, are you crazy? What do I look like? Sitting up there expecting her, honey, what did you learn from Miss Ann about being black today? Well, she said that the master was in the field and he was nice. He sometimes gave us Sundays off, mommy. I mean, like sometimes we do have to break it down to remedial sometimes so we can get the point. It's silly. Stop doing that. If you are one of those black people's like, they ain't taking black history out the school. Shut up. And I mean that in the most nicest way possible. I do. All right, who else have we seen? I haven't seen, rather. Terrellyn, how you doing? Says Malcolm said only a fool will allow his oppressor to teach his children. Come on now. Come on now. Right? Yes, your average logical thinker says, yeah, they called indentured servants. Yeah, that's what they said. Oh, they weren't slaves. They were nice to them. Silliness. Okay, so Brother Reggie, come on with it. Okay, tell me something. It says fatally wounded means to be injured so severely that death is inevitable. Result also because of YouTube. Come on now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Brother Reggie, no, I can't just be saying any and everything on here, right? But I know y'all like to follow people, just be saying all kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad, but I just ain't gonna be one of them. Y'all like me being on here. I gotta do things differently. I'm just saying. Trust me, there's a lot of things I'd like to say, but I can't. Israelite, how you doing? Queen Naya says, love you. Fam, FBA, peace, blessings, reparations, and deportation. Wow. CG, how you doing? Reparations and deportations is crazy, but you know what? You might need to put that on a t-shirt. Texture said, let's not forget how they get our kids to role play slavery as slave, which angered the parents. Yeah, I've seen that. Nathaniel, how you doing? Says, now he can lose debate with the Satan. Like all of that. Nina E says, that hair is herring queen. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you for that. Trying to get to the bottom. The child of Yah, how you doing? It says the juggler, a wiggly one. It says, oh yeah, I'm tripping. That thing right there, the juggler. Yeah, whoever hit him, man, they knew what they was aiming for, right? Yep. Del Monte Green Beans, professional military skills. I totally agree with you. Lynn, how you doing? Says it's the same person who shot Trump. No, they got that person. Maybe they're the same type of people. I don't know. Marjorie, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Rise, how you doing? Says, and we're black. And I know I'm behind in these comments, so y'all got to forgive me. Sunlight says, a lot of snow indeed, too many Mormon pasties. The one and only, how you doing? Says MAGA versus MAGA. If you know, right? They all the same, just they rep different colors. Negro says Congress is bickering on the floor about Kirk's death. The Republicans and Democrats are yelling at one another. Ain't that crazy? That is absolutely wild. Okay. Rock Bush said he was gone before he hit the floor. Yep. There's no way he survived that. There's no way. It was just, ugh. I don't never want to see nothing like that again. I ain't lying. I never want to see that again. It was just so weird the way it happened, you know? Tracy, did I say hi to you? If not, hello. He says, I'm sick of people saying that baby was an escort or talking about the black woman that was, yeah. But even if she was, that don't mean she should be gone, right? Karat, how you doing? Say, this is crazy. Yeah. Thunder, how you doing? You missed a lot. But I'm going to be here for another 10 minutes because I got something I need to say. Easy says, driving through Utah is so white. When they see you, they treat you like a safari animal. You better stop. I don't plan on going to Utah no time soon. Lynette, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Rock Bush in the building. Who else haven't I seen? Dear self, how you doing? I think I'm making it to the bottom. I apologize, y'all. I really apologize. Mission Visions, you've been missing in action. Thank you, Brother Reggie, because you know, there's certain things we can and cannot say. Donovan says leaking JFK, MLK, RFK are all fatally wounded. Think about the people they gone. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I asked Donovan to come here, but Donovan got some issues right now going on. But if he could have been here, he would have been here because I actually kind of needed him to be here because Donovan's very smart about this type of stuff. Obviously, he's been in the military and things like that, and he knows a lot of things in regards to history. I don't know. I'm sure we'll maybe have another opportunity to talk about it as we'll learn more stuff about it. So maybe he can join us then. But yeah. Hey, brother Frank, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Jiggin, how you doing? Is this considered gang violence? Is what considered gang violence? What you talking about, Willis? Mad Spa, how you doing? Says Charlie Kirk last words were violence. Ain't that crazy? Man, it's so eerie. His literal last words were violence. That is creepy. Patrick, how you doing? I'm doing well, and thank you for that. Frank says, you get what you put out. That's what he got. No sympathy for him. They will still deflect on black crime. Hey, I totally agree with you. Y'all not going to get me to argue about that. Oh, I got to the bottom. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to read any more comments after this because Jiggy says liberal versus conservative or conservative versus MAGA gang violence. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get into that as I am not aligned with any party, but all of them got a lot of foolishness going on. And of course, they would take the opportunity to argue about this, right? But I want to get back to these points. Someone said, and forgive me, it'll come to me who said it, but he basically talked about God's chosen people. Okay. Keep your hands off of God's chosen people. Well, we know that we are God's chosen people. This is not an argument. It's not a question. It's a statement, right? We are God's chosen people. Now I say that, and I want to kind of tie Trump into this as much as I can, because even up to the moment that Charlie was taken out of here, Trump, the vice president, the secretary of defense, that, all of them, right? Elon Musk, every white supremacist, right wing, even Charlie Kirk, his Twitter page, he had some incendiary things about Black people in regards to that shooting, right? Not the shooting, the stabbing of that white woman, RIP to her, in North Carolina. They had a lot of greasy things to say about Black people. We talked about Trump yesterday when he was calling us, he didn't say Black people, but we know he was talking about us, right? Calling us savages and all kind of stuff. The feds got involved. They picked the case up as a federal case, and Trump said he needs to die, right? They all said this guy needs to die, and I don't think anybody's really disagreeing with the man that did that to Irana is her name. Nobody's disagreeing that he should pay. He should pay. You shouldn't be able to take people's lives or whatever, right? So I haven't talked to anybody who disagrees. But up until the moment that Charlie was killed, they were dragging Black Americans through the mud. And I'll say Black people in general, because they don't make the difference between Black Americans, Nigerian, whatever. They were dragging Black people through the mud. We the worst thing since sliced, or bread, I guess, whatever. We're the worst thing ever. We need to, I'm having some discourse, if you will, on TikTok with some of them, because I made a statement. They've even said that we need to be strung up by our necks, all kind of stuff. They're asking for that man to be electrocuted, hung, and all kind of stuff, right? But again, Trump and them were using Black people, right? Up until the moment that Charlie was taken out of here. So back to God's chosen people. And I'm going to say this as respectful as I can. Time and time again, everybody has been shown, y'all better leave Black people alone, because for one, Black people have been through enough in this country. Just talk about just this country. We've been through enough in this country, right? And we saw the mob ginning up. If y'all don't know what that term is, that's a term that they use when they was getting ready to string us up by our necks. They gin up the mob, right? They get them all ginned up, whether it was real liquor or we're going to get us one, yeah, right? They ginned up the mob so they could justify putting us up on a tree and all that other stuff. So we saw Trump and all them doing that now, ginning up the mob, trying to put the dagger in the backs of Black people, right? Now, let's talk about this Epstein thing. We've seen some things that came out about Trump, about Epstein. Just yesterday or the day before, some birthday card that he allegedly gave Epstein for his 50th birthday, and it's pretty disgusting, right? Trump's signature is supposed to signify the woman's lower regions, if you will. He's saying it's not him or whatever. Now, there's a lot of people on his base that's like, well, we need to see what's on the list, right? A lot of the MAGA people, they're not letting it go. We need to know that we're not supporting the president. That's a PDF file and this, that, and the other. So there's no doubt in my mind, I'm telling you right now, okay? There's no doubt in my mind that Trump and them were saying, great, we'll take the case in North Carolina, because I told y'all yesterday, they don't give a damn about that white woman. They do not give no damns about her, okay? But they were using her as this, okay, have you ever seen somebody throw a dog bone and the dog go run after that? Okay, we throw the bone that way. And then they don't focus on, what we got going on, the Epstein files and all that other stuff. Now let's get back to God. It is my opinion. In my opinion, probably a lot of y'all's. God was like, no, See, again, Black people have been through enough. And y'all have not learned y'all lesson about Black people, right? There also is no doubt in my mind that somewhere in that Oval Office or the White House, somewhere on that nice fancy roof that he's building or the ballroom that he's making, there's no doubt in my mind that Trump is not punching the air. I guarantee you he punching the air. You know why he punching the air? Because he like, God dang it. The narrative has been changed. Now we got to talk about Charlie. Okay? We got to talk about Charlie now. And depending on who did that to him, we don't know yet, right? A lot of people speculated it was, now we got to talk about that. Man, we almost had it talking about Black people and how horrible and evil they are, this, that, and the other. And now we got to talk about Charlie. Trump don't give a damn about Charlie, but I can guarantee you, he's probably like, every time we try to throw Black people under a bus, something come up that we just can't do that. That's not the first time they tried to throw us under a bus. But yeah, we are God's chosen people. And when we start acting like God's chosen people, then our stuff is going to come together a lot sooner. We need to stop worrying about Trump, Charlie, white supremacy, and all that other stuff, because the price is the price. And the ticket has already been written up. The invoice is already in the mail. And they going to receive it. And it ain't got nothing to do with us. I promise you that. But yeah, one must be more careful when you talking bad about Black people. Let's keep it a buck. Charlie was talking about Black people when he was talking about gang violence. And that question didn't have nothing to do with Black people. But he found a way to talk about Black people with his very last breath. He talked about Black people. And there's no doubt in my mind, he was going to continue to drag Black people into a conversation that didn't have nothing to do with us. So I'm not saying that's what he gets. Y'all could draw from what I'm saying what you will. But what I'm saying is Black people have been through enough. And God is not asleep about us. And again, when we believe it, everything else is going to be easy. But see, they don't believe it, right? But they're going to be made believers, because as we all know, you cannot do what you have done to Black people in America and think that the invoice is not in the mail. Oh, yes, it might be snail mail. It might be on that, Pony Express still, but it's still being delivered. So I'm going to get out of here, as I know Brother Phil probably will be talking about this on the African Diaspora News channel. Y'all please tune in to that. I love and appreciate y'all. I don't know if we'll talk about this tomorrow. Thank you, African Native. I appreciate that. Repentant Judah, thank you so much. And it was you that said that about God's people. So thank you. It says you think they learned by now. Yeah. So we'll be back here tomorrow. I'm sure we'll maybe talk about there's other things I want to talk about, but I'm sure we'll learn more. But in the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your day. Please tune in to Brother Phil at 7 p.m. Central Time tonight, as I believe he is going to continue talking about it. So it has been my pleasure, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.